what's going on, guys? And we're hearing reports right now that part of the reason for holding up full completion on this Wizards-Sun trade is to allow the Washington Wizards to field trade offers from a third team that would give Chris Paul a chance to be rerouted to a contender, while the Wizards would be able then to get some assets for trading Chris Paul. Now, Chris Haynes has came out and said the Wizards are likely to reroute Chris Paul in a trade, and the Clippers are expected to pursue a reunion with the future Hall of Famer. Now, one thing that could happen is another team like the Lakers, the Spurs, are teams that could go ahead and pursue Chris Paul as well, because they have contracts to match. And I think the team that's going to win right here is the team that can offer the most young players or combination of draft picks. So let me hear your offers right now. Let's get right into the video. What can the Clippers offer the Wizards? Okay, so let's go right into contracts. Jason Preston, BJ Boston are guys, as a Wizard fan myself, are going to be the guys that I'm interested in. All right. Jason Preston, BJ Boston, Terrence Mann. Those will have to be in the package if you guys aren't giving us picks. I want young prospects. And for me, when I look at this situation, Clippers, we'll talk about all the teams that I mentioned, but let's just start with the Clippers. And the Clippers right here, they can trade us. In terms of salary, how they're going to match the salary, that's going to be the interesting part, because it is about $30 million that they're going to have to come up with. And what I could see happening here is they got Norman Powell on 18. They got Eric Gordon on a team option for 20.9. So if they're trying to move on from Eric Gordon, they could package Eric Gordon with Terrence Mann, and that would get the deal done. But Terrence Mann packaged with, let's say, Bones Highland, Jason Preston, and BJ Boston is about, right there is $16 million, a little, about $17 million, a little over $17 million. So they would be $13 million short, but they would be able to get the deal done if they package like Nicholas Batum with Terrence Mann. Honestly, they could probably get the deal done. Like, let's say if they wanted to keep Terrence Mann, they could get the deal done by packaging like Marcus Smart, Amir Coffey, Bones Highland, Jason Preston, and BJ Boston. They would be giving up all their young talent, but they probably wouldn't have to give up any picks to do this. And that's the big thing that I think they would be enticed, is the Clippers would not really have to give up any draft picks. Now, if they make us take on like Nick Batum and Marcus Morris to expiring contracts, we would want some picks in compensation. And I think that's where it would get difficult. Now, you look at a team like the San Antonio Spurs, they could go ahead and give us a first round pick in this year's draft because they have that late one. And all they would have to, because we know the Spurs are interested in Chris Paul because they want to make a playoff run, because this could be one of Greg Popovich's last seasons. But what's going to happen is, I think it's definitely going to be interesting when you see what happens with, if you look at the contracts that they have, okay, Doug McDermott, Devontae Graham. Doug McDermott's expiring, so the Wizards would be interested in that. They'd probably be interested in Zach Collins. And then they might ask for, you can maybe see if you can get Blake Wesley off of them. He seems like the most expendable young guy. And right there, I mean, Doug McDermott and Blake Wesley together, they would, the Spurs can honestly absorb the whole entirety of the contract of Chris Paul's without doing salary match. But give us like Doug McDermott, Zach Collins, and Blake Wesley for Chris Paul, and I'm cool. No picks needed. But if you just want to give us Doug McDermott and a pick, I'm cool with it too. If you don't even want to give us any players and just a pick, I'm cool with it too. Now, another team we're hearing is the Los Angeles Lakers, and that one becomes, it's not as difficult as it would seem. Honestly, I find the route for the Lakers to do this a little easier than the Clippers. because the Lakers can trade us the 17th pick in this year's draft, which obviously for me, I think that's a great situation in terms of how this could end up looking for a team like the Lakers, because they have a big contract of Malik Beasley that honestly would be very usable in this trade, and they have Mo Bamba's contract. So they could package Mo Bamba with Malik Beasley's contract. So Malik Beasley, Mo Bamba, and Max Christie, maybe the 17th pick, and that would be the best deal possible. All right, but yeah, literally, Malik Beasley and Mo Bamba put together is $26 million. You have them then throw in Max Christie. That brings them to about right there. It would be exactly $28.4 million. So, and they would be able to do the deal then. They would be able to do that deal. And you might not even need to throw in the first round pick in this year's draft, but if you want to be the best deal, yeah, I think the best deal right here, 17th pick in the draft, but Max Christie, Mo Bamba, and Malik Beasley. Mo Bamba and Malik Beasley, both expiring contracts, and they're young guys. So, like, the Wizards could just say, F it, we'll keep them. We'll keep them because we're interested. But let me hear your thoughts.